few months ago, I got the opportunity to meet with two expert foragers, Mark Merriwether and Tim Clemens. Mark actually has written several books, but this book right here was my very first foraging book ever. And he was the one who kind of got me into foraging. So back in 2016, I was living in Houston, Texas, and the environment there and everything around me was completely different from Minnesota. And so I was just curious, and I was culture shocked also. And so I wanted to learn all the plants and trees there. And so I found his website. It was called Texas Foraging or something along the lines of that. And his website is really thorough with photos and different uses for each of the plants and trees that you can find in Texas. And later on, I just became a local expert on all the plants and trees because of his website. And later on, he released this book, and it's been with me ever since. I brought this back to Minnesota, and this book is still useful in Minnesota. And so a few months ago, Mark decided to come visit Minnesota. He reached out to me and Tim Clemens, and we kind of got together and we went foraging. And Tim is also from Minnesota, and he's an expert forager also. He has a lot of classes, the both of them do. And so I suggest you checking out my description to see if they have any open classes available later on if you want to learn about foraging and like hands-on foraging and stuff like that. And so the following footage is about like an hour and a half long of just my experience with the both of them. There's a lot of really amazing golden nuggets within the footage. I actually had about 4 hours of footage, and so I had to condense it down. The audio isn't the best because I was shooting with my GoPro and I didn't have a proper mic attached to it, and so just bear with some of the footage. But there's a lot of really cool things that they were able to show me and teach me, and we just had an all-around great time. I had a blast learning from the both of them, and what I kind of took away from the experience was that I really am clueless. I learned so much from the both of them. It was pretty incredible, and it was a really nice hands-on sort of experience with two expert foragers. They made going into the woods so much more enjoyable because you are able to like pinpoint a ton of different wild edible plants or useful plants even, and just some things that you would never even think that you could eat. And so yeah, I hope you enjoy the footage. When I read your book and learned about the Szechuan Peppercorns, I could not find it for the life of me in Texas. But when I got
all over,
yeah. But when I got back here, I didn't know that these would be in Minnesota, right? Yeah. And then all of a sudden, one day, I'm just like walking around, and I would get snagged on something, and then I see all these red things on it. I grab it, smell it, and it's like, why does this smell like citrus, and why does it smell so good? And I was like, wait a minute. And then I was just freaking out. I was like, this is that Szechuan Peppercorn thing. And I brought it home, and I was just like flipping out, showed my parents, and it was like, and they knew what it was, you know, because they
it has a very distinctive shape to the husk too. It's almost like a golf ball.
Yeah, and it was so cool. Yeah, I have like a ton of them. Cool. I plan on like putting it in some alcohol and seeing if I can make some sort of extract or something. Yeah.
Hey, sometimes the plants find you.
Yeah.
It's like, hey,
I want to help you out. Yeah.
Make me famous.
Have you tried electric daisies?
No, I've not.
Buzz buttons?
No, I've never heard of them.
So in like a nursery, they go by their old taxonomic genus, Spilanthes. But they're Acmella oleracea now, and they're from Peru, native. But you can grow them here. And it's like this little no-petaled aster yellow flower. You bite that, and it's like everything prickly ashes.
Really?
But times 10 probably, and the flavor to me is better. Like, just absolutely delicious. Whereas I think prickly ash sometimes has slight chemically off flavors, like cleaning chemical kind of.
Oh,
but yeah, electric daisy is amazing.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, if you want some seeds, I can get you some. I just grew them for the first time.
Oh yeah, sure, definitely. The one problem that I find about nuts and stuff here and in Texas, the squirrels are not very intelligent. When I was in Texas, the squirrels would come up to like pecan trees and stuff like that, grab one when it's still green, bite into it and toss it, and then it just ruins everything.
I think they're testing to see if they're done yet.
Yeah, but like they take out all the unripe ones and like kill everything. Same thing with all the black walnuts here. I've never seen a ripe black walnut here. It's insane.
Gotta go Minneapolis and St. Paul.
Yeah.
Like in the city proper, you'll find a ton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
all
once
through
that first
here,
frost hits, you're not gonna find any anymore.
Yeah.
Because they just go like they don't team no sleep. They're just grinding constantly. They're like, oh nope.
So all this yellow right here is all wood nettle.
Correct.
Oh wow, what?
They love floodplain like this, like riparian areas. It looks like a creek or something.
If you look at the stem and stuff, they do have the tiny little.
How much do they sting compared to like normal?
worse.
Yeah.
Oh really?
And,
Okay.
And your little remedies don't really help. Like
Yeah,
plant
the-
fan and weed.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, so I see.
Yep.
Okay.
They will still sting now. I was playing
They'll
with them
fling
yesterday.
off too. So
But they grow really well.
Yeah.
So if you collect seeds right here,
Yeah.
you got all the seeds.
So I can grow them in my backyard if I wanted
Shady
to.
area.
So these are all the seeds, right? All the black.
Little-
Oh wow. Oh cool. Okay. Are they would the seed sting, or is there any?
The stem sometimes does, but yeah, no, this is a great.
Oh wow, this is awesome. Holy crap. See, like I've learned about wood nettle, right? But like I've never really like
We're getting a picture of you, by the way.
oh,
You
this
just
is
look so happy.
this is so cool. Yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah, we have both of the stinging nettles through this area.
Mm-hmm.
And then down in Texas, we have the little heartleaf stinging nettle,
Yeah.
which is only this big. But
Yeah,
that one
it's
hurts
growing.
the next day yet. Say
Yeah,
what?
it's growing everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah.
Like once I learn like one plant like that, like it starts showing up everywhere, and I start like,
here's the thing that amazes me are the sizes of the wild violets here
oh yeah,
are insane compared down to Texas. Like a big leaf down in Texas might be this, but even that's kind of big.
so this is wild violet,
Wild violet, yeah.
and then they'll have those like tiny like violet flowers. Then
Correct, yeah.
I don't remember these being so large.
Yeah, there's something out here. I don't know if there's like old nuclear testing.
So sassafras is something that I wanted to find when I was in Texas because of your book, but I didn't know where to go to find them. Do they show up here?
No.
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 Okay, I wasn't.
Got to go to like Michigan or Southeast Wisconsin.
Yeah. Do they grow in Canada, do you know? Because I watch
Maybe
Joe
Toronto.
Robinette, and he says that he can find them in Canada.
See in like Toronto area, like Ontario.
Ontario.
That's actually even further. That's like Michigan essentially.
Oh, okay.
Further south of Minnesota.
Okay, that makes sense. All right.
No, if we had it here,
Yeah.
I would just be constantly no hands eating it like
Yeah.
star leaves from the land before.
Man,
time.
that'd be awesome. See if I
There's
can-
a lot of wild asparagus out here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never seen wild.
After they burn it, and it comes up.
Right now, if you look for its
fluffy.
fern-like growth and it has its red berries on it typically right now, so it's
Yeah.
it's easier to find your spots right now and then come back next year.
Yeah. And all of this is like all the brambles and like black raspberries. Yeah. That's awesome. It's all of that.
Goldenrod and the mullein.
Oh, let's if we see more goldenrod, let's see if there's any of those
the gulls?
The gulls
Well, it's all goldenrod through
right here, yeah. Cuz there was this guy that said like you can eat the gull wasp that's in the inside.
That probably
Yeah.
was me.
Yeah, and then apparently it tastes somewhat sweet or something.
I thought it tastes like a peanut.
Tastes like a peanut? Interesting. Cowboy toilet paper. I love it.
I don't see any galls through here. Either you'll have a lot of galls
Or no gulls.
or no galls. I know other places on this property have galls, but I'm not
Yeah.
seeing any down here.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything either.
It's funny, the goldenrod down in Houston is just starting to bloom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So the goldenrod, do you usually just dry them and make them into a tea or something? Yeah.
So I grow it in my backyard. Sometimes I'll use the fresh leaves if I'm doing some sort of stir fry or because I feel it has kind of an almost an allspice sort of flavor.
Yeah.
But otherwise, usually I'll dry it and make a tea out of it or a tincture. I use it in every way possible.
Yeah. Okay.
I eat the shoots.
Oh,
like
cool.
asparagus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not, have you been to Awamni? Sean Sherman's restaurant? It's indigenous cuisine.
Oh, I know them.
So I have taught their employees how
Yeah.
to forage, and we'll harvest like 100 to 200 pounds of
Wow.
goldenrod shoots every spring.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you eaten the roots?
I've never eaten the roots, no.
They're actually good too, because you know they use the rhizomes. I consider them like wild udon noodles.
Oh, that's super cool.
Okay.
Just scrape the outside, take the little hairs off the skin off. If they're overly thick and tough, I'll cut them in half, but then I'll boil them up and just,
It's only been a few minutes with you guys. I've learned a ton already.
That's why we invited you.
You want milkweed?
Love milkweed. I've got a ton of milkweed seeds
Cool.
at home, yeah. I noticed that the milkweed in Texas, they looked different.
Yeah, there's several different varieties. There's the Antwerp horn and the green milkweed.
This is not asparagus, is it?
No, at first it caught me off guard, but it's not.
Oh. But it kind of looks something like that,
yeah,
right?
For sure. Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Not edible in my opinion, but not poisonous.
Wait, hold on.
Wait.
These are nanny berries. Yeah, these are good. These are good. Is the Virginia creeper mixed in? Yes, right here. But,
Oh, man.
Yeah, these are nanny berries.
these?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
we can eat them?
Yeah, for sure. There's a big
Yeah.
seed in each one, like a thin mango seed that's a big oval, but
Oh, wow.
wild raisins kind of.
Mhm. Is this a viburnum?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Viburnum Wantago.
Okay.
Oh, this is super cool. This is really cool.
This is an odd spot for it. I usually see them next to water, but I guess.
No, I think there's water on the other side.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, it tastes like a raisin.
Like raisin custard.
So good.
Wow. So I'm assuming people just pretty much can use this and substitute it for like anything else, like a berry, right?
Or
And
anything
like,
that uses figs or
Yeah.
dates. Something in that flavor profile.
wow, this is really
You
cool.
just gotta be careful for this.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
get it.
Because the red stem, that's what threw me off. I was like, oh, no, and the red color too of the leaves right now. I was like, oh no, it's Virginia creeper.
Oh, so like this is a vine, right? And it has all the.
That's toxic. And see, you can see they're more round, and nanny berries are more oval.
Oh.
And during the pandemic, I only poisoned myself intentionally. And so like, I knew Virginia creeper was toxic, but only a physical toxin. And I just wanted to speak from experience about how it felt. So I rubbed one against my lips. Terrible fiberglass type burning.
So it has a calcium oxalate in it?
I think so. And so then I took a handful of them
Ugh.
and ate them. And I was just holding myself for the next 6 hours. It hurt so bad the entire time.
That's so yeah, like these have a bunch of seeds in them.
Right. Yep.
And then this has a singular seed in it.
Flat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I know there are black cherries out here too.
And like,
It was a fantastic year for cherries, but they were all gone as of like probably over a month ago. Except the choke cherries are still hanging on.
the
Man,
pulp.
my mom used to make the choke cherry jelly jam, one of the whatever.
Delicious.
That's so weird. Like the pulp is just all black.
Right?
It kind of reminds me
Looks
of
like-
the Texas persimmon, but it's not as sweet and as tart. But the texture
Oh, cool.
is the same.
Yeah.
And it's like a very mellow version of the Texas persimmon.
Awesome.
This is a super
And
cool
look how
find.
much of that is
Yeah,
here.
this is a great fruiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is really cool. See, I would definitely walk by a plant like this and be somewhat,
assume-
and just, assume it just wouldn't be a thing that you can eat.
These thickets on prairie almost always have something delicious.
Yeah.
It's always going to have like Virginia creeper going over it, but the stuff it's growing over is almost always delicious. So it's like
Yeah.
cherries, plums, these nanny berries, high bush cranberry.
Dang, seriously, yeah, this is definitely something that I would just walk by all the time. And not even more. Oh, what is this? Is this like bull thistle?
No.
No.
Thistle.
If I can eat them when I eat thistles, then I'm like, okay. Because I know they're all edible.
Oh, so you can chop this down and eat like the stalk?
It's
In the
probably-
springtime,
Yeah,
when
Probably.
they're maybe like this tall, I mean, depending on growth conditions, I'll just chop them down and, go reverse on the leaves, chop those down, and then
Oh, and just eat them raw?
It depends on.
yeah, it depends. I know, typically when they're so tender, the Canada thistle, the invasive one, I'll just mow down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is Eastern Red Cedar?
Yep. Juniper virginiana.
Oh, so juniper. Okay, so that's what. Okay,
Yeah, it's juniper.
That's what I was trying to get. Like, yeah, juniper.
And
That's
man,
the.
you will get arguments of it's a juniper, it's not a cedar. Shall we go to the scientific name?
Let's go to Lebanon if you want a cedar, you know?
I've seen a lot of people take these juniper berries and like put them into cheeses and stuff, and it's really cool.
Sauerkraut is another thing.
If you want to try something really cool, take the leaves and the berries, doesn't matter, the twigs, and burn them into ash. The light ash, you know, the first ash, not the white ash, and put it over popcorn.
Oh, really?
Super good.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So what I do is I'll take a stick about 1 inch in diameter, peel it to get to the inner wood, with a torch, char one side, not black, but dark brown. Shave, so you have equal amounts of charred and uncharred wood, and then you take some leaves, smash those up, mix them together so you have equal parts smashed up leaves, charred wood, and uncharred wood. Then a bottle of apple cider vinegar, like the 750 milliliter one. Pour off half a cup, put the cedar into that, cap it, set it on a windowsill, and like the sun, shake it every day. Let it sit there 6 to 8 weeks, strain it out, and it has this cool balsamic vinegary type flavor then to it.
Oh, wow.
Lovely.
So the yeast on the berries, can you technically make alcohol with that?
Yep. And in fact, there's usually enough sugar in the berries themselves to produce some alcohol.
Oh,
and
really?
then you mix the green leaves in it.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, but yeah, you can crush them up and just throw them in any sort of sugary drink, apple cider or apple juice and stuff. The wild yeasts usually only get 3 to 5% alcohol, so it's not going to be strong. But
So essentially, you just take all of that, right? Put in some water and then ground it up, maybe because for the sugars.
I don't usually. It depends on what I'm trying to do, because.
So let's say making alcohol.
Yeah. So yeah, in that case, kind of chop them up, grind them up.
Yeah.
And some alcohol, a pretty concentrated mix.
Yeah.
You know, like more than 50% berries.
Yeah. And then
just
water, maybe some sugar or no?
Taste it.
Yeah.
Usually I'll throw a little bit, like I said, some apple juice into it.
Yeah.
And because I make my own mead. There are these nutrient tablets you can get, or it's even a powder. It's like yeast food. It's the other essential elements and stuff that they need, and that works really well too. But yeah, worst case scenario, just those in water. Are you familiar with Pascal Baldur?
No.
Okay, he's another wild foods guy. He is big into fermentation.
Yeah.
And so he talks about using these and also making like cedar sodas and so forth.
That's cool.
So yeah, follow him on Instagram.
That's him. Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, follow him.
There you go.
His books are awesome.
Yeah.
He's really playing around with like a lot of clay and like super primitive fermentation where he just makes his own clay pots and then, you know, uses water to make it airtight, and he uses like insect sugars. Like sugar.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so deep in it, and
Yeah.
he focuses a lot on something should taste like its environment. So he'll literally like get a trout, and then everything on the riverbank, he'll make like a vinegar. He'll use the ashes, like all that stuff. His books are deep, super in depth.
Yeah.
There's ways to acquire salt inland, right? Because I remember hearing there's a plant that has.
Coldfoot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never done it. Have you done it?
No, I have not. Yarrow.
That's yarrow?
This is yarrow, baby yarrow.
So it's my understanding that typically salt licks and like surface salts were like the main source of salt.
Have you ever
that's why trading.
burned hickory nuts for salt? They talk about in the book My Side of the Mountain. That was his.
Oh, cool.
His salt source was burned down to ash.
Yeah, I imagine ashes would be like the main salt, but that's why trading it, you know, made like say the Mali Empire, you know, Timbuktu, made them like one of the most powerful places on the planet. Yeah.
Yeah, it was all. They had control of the salt flats.
This is all sorrel, right?
No, that is the
red
clover. Sorrel has the heart-shaped leaves. The clovers are round or oblong.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's the the red clover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There is lots of wood sorrel around, but yeah, you need the 3 heart-shaped leaves.
That's our big cultural like plant mistake that is so deeply ingrained.
These are nanny berries too?
Not the orange ones, but like
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, where are those orange ones?
bittersweet.
Bittersweet?
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're bittersweet. Oh, wow.
Usually you see them at the top of a tree. It's rare to see them this low to the ground.
Holy crap, this camera looks cool. Like, I mean, look how good that is. That looks so good.
That's fantastic.
Like, look at it.
Sweet.
You can
you
see
might have
it.
to send me.
Either or, like one's toxic and one's not, like in the sense that you can eat its tendrils and like young shoots, its leading growth shoots.
Is this
Oh, is that something else too?
Looks similar, but I don't see that tree much except for in one part.
Okay.
So this is similar to another thing that's toxic?
This one could be toxic. So
Oh.
this is one of the bittersweets,
Yeah.
and there's a native bittersweet and an invasive bittersweet. I don't know the
the
name.
So we shouldn't put this in our
okay,
mouths.
so the bittersweet, the toxic one, is that the? Are they both nightshades?
I'm not sure. There is a bittersweet nightshade,
Okay.
and I don't know if this is nightshade.
This is not it.
Yeah.
This is not it. This
Yeah.
is not the nightshade. The nightshade one has a kind of a trident-shaped leaf,
Yep.
and the berries are singular along it. My mom has it growing along the fence at our house, so I'm very familiar with.
So these, because they're clusters.
Well,
And the color too. The bittersweet nightshade. The berries are purple when they're ripe.
at least the one that we have up here, it's the flowers are purple, and then the berries go from green to red, and they'll be clustered.
Okay.
These look really cool though, at least.
Yeah. Well, they're used a lot in decorations for fall colors and
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah.
stuff like that. There's the quaking asp.
Yep, quaking aspen. I love aspen because like it's a really soft wood that I use to like carve and stuff like that, and then learn how to make my bushcraft cuts and stuff like that. And then my dog, she just loves chewing it.
What sort of dog is it?
She is a Australian Kelpie. Yeah,
Not familiar with that.
yeah. She's a like a medium-sized dog, like 50 pounds or so. Yeah. Like over the week when I went to LA, she had this gastro in the thing, or this GI tract issue, and it scared me.
Really?
And so yeah, I was pretty upset like on Wednesday, but the vid summit was like had a really good vibe, and so I enjoyed my time. When I got back, my sister's been taking care of her, and so my dog Raven is doing well now. So
Good.
yeah.
Was it like a bloat or something?
She had bloody stools, and so yeah, that was scary.
Yeah.
We had assumed that it was like some sort of blockage, and it was a relief after hearing it wasn't. Yeah, after getting like the X-rays and stuff, and radiograph. Yeah,
Way to pull through, Raven.
I know, right?
Yeah. Mullen always kind of reminds me of the gasso cactus.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen people take like the mullein stalks, like clean it up and everything, and then use it as
The fire.
yeah, and they get a fire going too. It's super cool.
It's supposed to be like the ideal one around here is, that as your drill and then your
Yeah.
base of cottonwood.
Yeah.
Do you find that to be true?
Yes. Yes. It's challenging, but it works. Very, very, very challenging.
I'll stick to the bow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like as far as white pine goes, I hear that you can eat like the sort of like the cadmium layer or whatever. Yeah. So like how would you go about eating
Boy
it?
Scouts, we called it the bacon tree.
Yeah. How would you go about doing it? Like do you just strip it off and then
So you do what's called window painting. You want a big tree.
yeah.
You do, pretty much as high as you can safely reach, about a 6-inch horizontal cut, and then down either side to about knee level and connect it off again. So you have a big rectangular cut through the outer bark, through the cambium layer into the dead wood inside. With that, then, like with your hatchet, it comes right off the tree.
Yeah.
Then, with a sharp knife or even your thumbnail, you start peeling it so you have the outer bark, the cambium layer. You start peeling it out about the thickness of a Pringles potato chip. You can peel it into strips, and the Boy Scouts, we'd make thick as a Pringles potato chip, but rectangular pieces about this long. Fry them up in a cast iron pan on the fire, and get it dark brown, like a little darker than your pants.
Okay.
Almost like my shoes. Flip it over and just nibble on it. You want to chew it a lot. It tastes good. It tastes kind of like hickory smoked bacon, but you want to chew it because you want to really break it down, and you want to drink a lot of water with it.
Yeah.
Because it will absorb moisture from your stomach, and if you're not ready for it and you haven't trained yourself for it, it can swell up and lead to a blocked bowel. That happened to the one guy on a loan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing we do, chop it up into like oatmeal sized pieces, boil it up like oatmeal. Again, after toasting it, chop it up into like oatmeal, then boil it and eat it like oatmeal. We've even ground it into a flour, again, after roasting it into a flour. It's a gluten-free flour.
That's cool.
But it works as a thickening agent.
So does it still retain its sort of like piney resinous smell and aroma also?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. That's really cool. Oh, Sand Dunes State Forest. Yeah, there's tons and tons of pines there. And that place, I remember like finding a dead white pine. Well, not really dead, a fresh dead. And I like peeled all the bark all the way around, and I was able to use it to make like containers and stuff like that. It was so cool. But yeah, eating the cadmium layer on it, I'm gonna give it a try sometime.
Several white pines in their backyard. Every time I come up to Minnesota, I need to eat some White Castle and some white pine.
I love it when I see like trees that's been knocked down, and then you see those shelf mushrooms grow. Like you see like old growth growing like this, and then the new growth is growing like this.
Yeah. So
This is one of my favorite edibles.
Ooh.
It's not good now; it's too mature. But when it has that like chunky, thick,
Like
white
really,
edge, it's really tender, and it cooks up like beef, like a perfumey kind of beef.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh wow.
And you can cut it in big cubes and everything, and it looks like beef. Like kind of takes on that grayish color.
Stew or something.
Oh yeah.
Does the beefsteak mushroom grow here?
It does. I've never found it though.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, it's still one of those that I haven't found. Bucket list.
I've seen a few mycologists and stuff like what's his name? I forget his name. He's called like his name's Gordon, I think. Oh yeah.
Gordon Walker.
Yeah, him. Yeah. He like meets up with a bunch of people and stuff, and he's found that beefsteak mushroom and a few other guys too, and they show it. It's super cool.
On the side of the tree there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, very nice.
There we go.
And this is the same one just now, right?
Some beautiful ones over on this side.
The resinous polypore. Ooh, wow.
That's a good chunky one, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Very nice.
I could take my knife and start at the edge and then gently press it in, and then however far it goes, that's the rim you can take.
Would that be something we would harvest, or we just leave it for more growth later?
You could like
just cut it off?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's give it a try.
Give it.
All right. Well, I gotta make use of this expensive Leatherman they gave me.
Yeah. And that one's pretty good.
That is really cool. Oh, there's a bunch more in here. That's...
Need anything?
So then you would just like cut this up, cube it up, and just saute it?
Saute it, yeah.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Flavor is awesome. Yeah, people sleep on that one. And I think it's going to be right up there with Chicken of the Woods and Hen of the Woods, because nothing dangerous looks like it. You know, it's polypore, it's brown. You're going to get it mixed up with a woody Ganoderma, if anything.
And that'd be too woody to eat anyways.
Yeah, that'll stop you.
Yeah.
You spend a lot of time in Texas?
I was there for a year. Yeah.
Cool.
My first like 6 months, I didn't really enjoy it much because it was such a culture shock and difference from Minnesota. Like the place is, to be frank, it's pretty filthy there in Houston.
Yeah.
And these are like fiberglass. They don't tell you that anyways, but like when you touch these, they have a fiberglass quality.
A little seed inside.
Can you use this plant for something?
You can tap it for syrup.
Oh, really?
But you don't get much because it's a small tree. But mostly structural. So like Ojibwe people will build wigwams and the sweat lodge out of it.
You're eating the seed?
I'm eating the seed. What's the scientific name?
Ostraya virginia.
Okay. This is where the common name.
I've seen this plant, but the seed, not bad. Oh, curled dock? Oh yeah, okay. I know it. Yeah, okay. I got it growing in my backyard, and I love the seeds that come out of it and stuff, and all nice brown and cool. So you said this is called ironwood, huh? It has these.
See, that's because the common name ironwood down in Texas is a smooth trunk.
Yeah.
No, doesn't have the wrinkly.
Different genus?
Yeah. Totally different family. Yeah. Yeah.
For the curled dock, though, do you guys just eat it raw, or do you usually cook them?
When they're luscious and tender, I'll eat them raw.
Yeah. When they're that big, I'll eat them raw. Like these leaves, I'll take the center vein out, roll it up, chiffonade cut it, and then add it for like cooked mushroom. Yeah. So hop hornbeam is how I know this, the plant. Oh. Whereas ironwood.
We saw American hornbeam.
That's on your website, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that looks familiar.
The oldest flower ever brought back from seed, I think it's like 30 or 40,000 years ago, was that genus.
Oh, wow.
The Saline genus. And they just did it like 2 months ago.
Oh, wow.
They brought back some
Where did they get the seeds from?
permafrost.
Ah, cool.
In like some sort of cache for some rodent.
Oh, neat.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
This should be
Release these sorry, what?
This should be the cut leaf.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. It's the old stock. And this is the cut leaf. Some honewort mixed in here too. See that? See how it sweats on the tips? Like the border?
Yeah.
Usually be even more uniform. That's honewort. Yeah, I love how it has that aster flavor at first, and then it gets into almost like a buttery savoriness, like to me. Tastes really nice at the end.
Wow, that's really good. Holy crap, this is amazing.
Welcome to our world.
So this is called cut leaf?
Yep, cut leaf coneflower, or Szechuan.
Szechuan. And like, so, but this, so like to me, this feels like more of an experience sort of like plant to find. Because like, it looks like this is not, this is it too, right? Or no? It is?
This isn't it though.
Yeah.
And this isn't it.
Okay. And like, the key identifiers, is it like, so these two are not it?
Yeah.
And then this is it?
Yeah.
Holy crap, that's so crazy. What?
But there's hints all through here. So you never want to taste one, but since we know what it is, we can jump right to taste if you want. They're all three edible. This one's going to taste like parsley. Like really cleaner, tastier parsley. This one, very neutral, kind of hairy green. So I typically cook that.
So this is the cut leaf.
Yep.
And then this is what?
Honewort.
Hone.
H-O-N-E.
Honewort.
Wort, yep.
And then this is
Virginia waterleaf.
Virginia waterleaf. They look very, like to me, right? They look so similar.
Yeah, what I think you're seeing is you're probably seeing how it's split into three parts. You got like this more busy part, and then the two mittens on each side.
Yeah.
2 mittens. You know, like your multi-pronged, and then 2 mittens. Yeah. So they have the same like general.
Yeah. Like I'm seeing the purple here at the bottom. So like this, if it goes further down, does it have purple?
I have no idea.
But this is the Szechuan, right?
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Yeah. This is red too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both also pretty
And
variable.
then this is the
Virginia waterleaf.
So these are all edible. So then, okay. So this is the.
And that should be more parsley.
Okay. Let's go back to this cut leaf one. This one was really good. And then this was the Virginia
waterleaf.
waterleaf.
You see little purple leaves come in. Is that a identifying characteristic enough to?
Not sure. Virginia waterleaf, typically its best season is the spring and it has white spots all over it. And then when it matures, it turns this full green color. And then in the fall, it only has the green. So that's interesting.
Literally have a whole freaking salad in front of us.
And there's some wild
Plus
violets in
thistle
here.
and the violets. Yeah.
I would.
There's some
clover.
clover right down over here, some dandelion there, some sow thistle here.
Goldenrod's edible too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, this would be awesome.
This is incredible.
I'm thinking a good soup out of this, a nice savory soup.
Wow. Yeah, I love that cut leaf. It's got a really interesting sort of like aroma to it.
If you taste the goldenrod, these are tough right now. So if you just like kind of nom nom without like intending to eat it, just chew it up and taste it. Do you taste that same cut leaf flavor? Like
I'm always
the aster
fascinated
flavor?
by the different flavors people get from the goldenrod. So I'm really curious what you picked
A
up.
hint of it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm getting what you mean.
The aster flavor.
See, I get a spicy ginger flavor from the goldenrod.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll get like a black pepper. I feel, and I almost get like a pre-vanilla. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a pre-vanilla thing happening to me.
So is this still the cut leaf? I feel like if I were to continue like trying to find this, I might just I don't know. Are there any like other plants that shouldn't be eaten that look kind of like this?
Lookalikes are difficult for me because it's like what looks. Because I don't know how to address lookalikes. Honestly, anymore.
And I get that question. Are there any mimics? Okay, it depends on how. Well, I don't say how stupid you are, but I get that you want to match at least 5 structural features with plants. If you match at least 5 structural features and there's nothing that is contradictory to any of the other, it's safe enough to eat, in my opinion.
That is a good tasting plant.
Because even with them right in front of us, I don't really know how to explain verbally the difference between these three. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that right there I feel like is a little bit more of an experienced plant to learn. Because it's all growing through here too, right? And then we've got curled dock all here, and then we've got dandelion in the mix.
It's cool that you can like tell what happened here. Like the cutleaf coneflower was tall, right? And it was providing the shade for the honewort and the Virginia waterleaf.
Yeah.
And then when they mowed it down, like it's all coming back now. But that's why you have the honewort and the Virginia waterleaf, because it kept it mild enough that they're there. That's interesting. Yeah, what a buffet here.
And that's what people are so shocked by. Like in the classes, they'll think we're going to have to walk for miles. And the first 3 hours are like around the parking lot.
Yeah,
and then
like, this whole thing could be in the parking lot. We're walking for fun.
Yeah.
For the,
you
like,
have no idea how many good things. And it makes me so sad that so much knowledge is forgotten because we're no longer connected to, sorry, I feel like I'm a prophet for reconnection to this because we need this.
That's why I feel my most important classes are urban foraging, because people are, they feel oppressed by their surroundings, and that's not a prescription for wellness, So if you can start seeing your urban environment as like an actual landscape of abundance rather than something that's oppressive or sad, that's the key to wellness. Yeah.
Yep. Because you got the mental aspects as well as the physical.
Yeah.
So
Which the mental is arguably more important.
Oh, definitely. You can't be physically healthy if you're not mentally healthy.
Oh, for sure. I know Olympians who, they're stronger and in better physical capacity than, 99.9% of humans. But they're almost some of the most, by a rule, the most depressed people I've ever met and that I know. And it's all your setting,
We're during archery season. We should stay on the trail.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We've got a bunch of seeding stinging nettle down there, right? Is that what I'm looking at? Like all those like stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's all stinging nettle, right?
Right here in the foreground, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right where like the shadow line is, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
I have stinging nettle growing in my backyard, and I absolutely love it. And like I eat it all the time when spring comes up, and like I also let it grow so that way I can use it as cordage. But then I also use like this as cordage too. Yeah, love it. But dogbane is nice too to use as cordage. Yeah. But dogbane is dogbane because it's bad for dogs.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, you don't want dogs eating it.
You don't want your dog eating it.
Yeah.
Because it's already proven to maybe make some bad food choices.
So this plant right here, I see it all the time. You guys know?
Giant ragweed.
Giant ragweed? Yeah. Okay. Any use for them?
Trifid. The seeds are edible, high in oil and calories.
Yeah.
But they used to be domesticated.
Yeah.
And you'll every once in a while still find those feral domesticates where they're like 20 feet tall.
Really big seeds.
Like a freaking tree. Yeah, big seeds, high oil.
Like these right here, essentially?
Yeah.
I don't know why they fell out of fashion. It was the Eastern Agricultural Complex mostly that grew them.
So my understanding is 2 reasons. One, because they're wind pollinated, it caused the allergy problem. But then corn showed up about, what, 1400 years ago, and it was a much better calorie food than this. So the corn
In Texas?
replaced
When did corn show up in Texas?
early, probably 1400 years ago.
Okay.
And then up here, I think it was more like 1200 or so.
Okay.
Corn swept the continent really fast.
Yeah.
Because it was so good.
At Cahokia, I think corn shows up around 2,000 years ago.
Really?
But it wasn't
Right.
It took a while, you know, for it to adapt to the light. And so it wasn't popular at all. The Eastern Agricultural Complex plants were still really popular up until like 1,000 years ago.
Here.
In like Southern Illinois.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as corn
Well,
getting to
I should
Minnesota,
say
I actually don't even know.
I guess Southern Illinois is actually quite a bit farther south than here, but
Yeah.
the latitude. Yeah.
I haven't studied many of the Minnesota sites, which is weird. Cahokia.
Wisdom of the ancient navigators.
Yeah, wisdom of the ancient navigators, or the wisdom of something like that. So we have lots of choices. This will loop way back. I basically have to be home by 6 p.m. What are your thoughts on box elder seeds?
I would eat them. I've never eaten them in quantity. What do you feel?
So I've eaten them, but then I came across something about them being toxic.
Oh, in what way?
I don't remember. They're at least, I want to say they're at least toxic to horses. Maybe a liver or blood, but
Like too many tannins or something?
I don't know. I've never had a problem with that, but
Well, the syrup is delightful.
yeah.
That's the one I make in my backyard.
Well, there's been some discussions like with me and Green Dean and some others trying to decide should we recommend people eat them or not. Some swans.
Ooh, nice.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'd never heard of even a caution.
Yeah, I hadn't either until probably about 2 years ago. Someone actually sent me a scientific paper or something that had some stuff.
Like I've eaten like silver maple like seeds and stuff because I have a silver maple in my backyard and it's really, really good.
Yeah,
Yeah, love it.
I'll do those like pumpkin seeds.
Mm-hmm.
So the sauerkraut you make from maple leaves, I haven't
Yeah.
tried it yet. How is it? Is it good?
Yeah. It's still mainly that sour flavor. That's the dominant flavor.
Yeah.
But the underlying hints are, all I can say is different. It doesn't really have a maple flavor.
Okay.
It just has a different flavor.
Hey, as long as it's sauerkraut and it's made from maple leaves, that's
Heck
fine.
yeah.
So when I was in Texas, I found lots of poison ivy and stuff, but I've never found poison ivy here in Minnesota.
I was just gonna point it out back there.
Oh,
We were right where we were gonna walk into the forest, but then we said archery season.
Oh.
Some right there.
Oh yeah.
oh, really?
Yeah, I'll point it out.
Yeah. If you guys do see some poison ivy, let me know because I've never found it here. That's poison ivy?
Yeah. Center leaf is symmetrical. Side leaves are asymmetrical with the thin side towards the center leaf.
Oh, dang.
And they're pretty variable, but what I do with my hands, I like to get physical with this. I like to tell people, make mittens, cross your wrists. Those are your side leaves. You
Yeah.
want to do that, that's your middle leaf.
Yep.
Because you got like
Oh, I like that.
cut on each side,
Yeah.
but then, also longer stem,
Mm-hmm.
then 2 short stems, and then see how the cuts are mostly on the outside.
Yeah.
They're in here too, but sometimes you know when they're just smooth.
Yeah, so I noticed, I see the min and everything that I've read before, but I didn't know it was this big.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Like
they can get huge down
Really?
in Texas too. I've seen them. Each leaf is the size of a paper plate.
Because all the ones that I've seen were all like small. Like they're like small, about this big.
Okay.
Yeah, like the whole thing. But yeah, okay. So that's poison ivy. All right, well, now I know.
The
Yeah, here's some
ninja
smaller
plant.
ones.
Oh, yeah, okay.
There's your bloodroot.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Do you know how we could use bloodroot? Because I've seen people talk about like...
It's basically the chemotherapy of medicinal plants. It's very toxic, so you have to be very, very, very careful with it.
So there's really not much use
There
for...
are better choices for 90% of what you're trying to do.
I hear it
Yeah.
like can turn skin like necrotic. Like someone put like tried to treat a wart on their nose, and it basically like ate their flesh away.
It's
That's crazy.
it's very, very destructive. I like the theory of it, but even at my level, I don't use it. I don't touch it.
Yeah, because I liked it because of like just the fact that the tubers in the or whatever are like red. And
have you seen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it. It was really cool.
Yeah.
I gotta be careful because I rolled my ankle yesterday at the Renaissance Festival.
Oh wait, the Renaissance Festival is still open?
This is the last weekend.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Today is the last day.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Oh, yeah, it's Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's your gooseberries.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah, it's all over mud. We have them growing in my folks' backyard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just found some chicken in the woods.
It's a little dried out the edges, but it's so chunky that it might still be like
I think.
nice.
Yeah. I mean, it feels.
Should we harvest it then?
I say yes.
All right. So.
Beautiful.
Oh, fantastic.
All right.
Oh,
Smile.
that is.
We got the sun.
Oh man, it smells amazing.
That's the other reason I don't do a lot of video. It's just I finally converted Foraging Texas into an LLC, so now I can start expensing things.
Oh really? It wasn't like that before?
No,
That's
no.
wild.
This entire time?
Yeah, so that's why I was such a cheap ass on everything.
All this stuff because they're kind of unfamiliar with it. Although they're kind of initiated, they know it.
So you said this is prairie sage. Yeah. This is asparagus.
Yeah.
So like at this point it really isn't edible, huh? But wow, it just grows like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like next to an oak tree?
And even out in the field.
Really? But that's so cool. See, like I knew kind of briefly
how
how
it doesn't have the berries.
Yeah.
So there's males and females with them.
Oh. So basically next year, spring, is when I'll see it.
Yep.
And I can just
Come on
harvest
in.
it.
Yep.
And
Ditches, rural ditches.
Yeah.
Like, at least where you've determined that it hasn't been herbicides like crazy, are the best place to find asparagus.
That is awesome. That is very cool. See, I hear people say that there's asparagus in Minnesota all the time, and I see it, but I've never finally found I've never found it. That's awesome. That's really cool. I want to find some ditch weed though.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for fun, just so that I can at least utilize the plant for cordage. Also, ditch like cannabis, or not cannabis, but just hemp in general. Like I would love to be able to see it and all of that, and see it get processed into fibers and all of that. Yeah, because I'm more interested in cannabis in the physical sense, of what it can be utilized for, opposed to the whole psychoactive part. That's interesting and stuff, but I'm more interested in the whole physical part of it. So during the summer, I'm assuming that these all have roses on them?
Yep. Each one of these will be a different different bloom.
Oh, really?
Man. Now, this place is really amazing. That's a different...
So this leads to the river?
Yeah. We'll go into the woods and it'll run along the river.
Oh. See, I don't ever really go this far.
You want to try mountain mint?
Oh.
Yeah. I was not noticing it, and then I started looking deeper.
Okay, so this is different than the mountain mint, what we call mountain mint down in Texas.
Mountain mint. So just these
leaves.
Clusters?
Those are the old flower heads. If you grab some of the leaves,
Oh wow.
smell them.
Even the flower head smell. Wow. Holy crap.
It's kind of like
nice
mint
peppermint,
with chest hair. Especially when they're a little bit more fresh, it has an herbal quality to it.
Wow.
I like that.
That is amazing. Holy crap, what? This brings you into a whole new world of just plants. And
There's another mint right here too.
it's another mint?
Yeah. It's wild bergamot or wild oregano.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's
alternating square stem.
let's see here. There's nothing really fresh.
Feels like I just brushed my teeth.
Yeah, right?
That's
An onion.
Yeah, so the mountain mint what we call mountain mint down in Texas is more of a bush-like thing. It's
Oh wow. Yeah.
wider leaves.
No,
I
this
like
is gonna be totally
the
different.
wild bergamot.
This is gonna be like so herbal that it's hot.
Yeah, I like this. Bless you.
It was the flower heads earlier.
Oh man.
So that one you're gonna taste oregano, thyme, and then a little bit of bergamot flavor.
Oh wow. That is strong.
Usually
Super
citronella.
Wow, holy crap. Jeez,
Yeah.
you can come out here and find like a bunch of like herbs and stuff and spices pretty much.
Yeah, tons of vegetables.
They've
Yeah.
been working on reclaiming this as prairie for as long as I've been here.
And once this is actually like what you'd say high quality, like maybe for Texas, Minnesota is super low quality prairie compared to Texas. But once it's to that level, then there's actually a lot of food out here.
Yeah.
Then there's roots that are like staple crops. You know, you can support populations off of it. Yep. Prairies are amazing. Sam's really changed my life.
Everything is amazing.
But look at all the pine cones. They're so big. You think there would be any pine like seeds in them?
No, you want the greener ones. If they're open like this, they've already dropped them.
Oh. Definitely. But these are like much larger white pine than I'm used to. Like I don't see white pine like that branch out like crazy like this.
Close to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually see them.
We've got asparagus growing everywhere here. Wow.
More asparagus, just this whole area right here.
That's so cool.
All the way over there.
Yeah. That's
So-
one of them that once you see it, you start.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much to know it forever and ever.
That's so awesome. So like, let's say for example, I wanted to like harvest this asparagus to plant at home. Do I just pull it up or
You'd
something?
have to dig up the root.
Yeah.
And then it's only spots that needs to be in the ground for a while before it will actually.
Be like
but
up to
we
3
have
years it'll
berries
take
on
to
here.
establish.
Yeah.
Berries.
There's some berries over here.
Yeah.
It's red.
Oh, those red berries.
It's a sad Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
Oh, so this
so
is
the-
part of the asparagus?
Yeah. So this is the female one here. So you take those seeds and plant those and see what happens.
Oh, I can take these.
Yep.
Oh, wow, okay. So this one is all like dried up. This is probably better to take?
I'd say both.
Yeah.
There's a few over here too.
But I hear it's best to take the roots in, right? Because
Transplant well.
that's really cool. You know, the bur oaks in Minnesota don't have like the acorns as big as Texas. The Texas ones are like
Yeah,
giant.
they're like golf balls.
Yeah, they're like golf balls. But the ones here, they're kind of large.
They're like
But yeah, not as the
Okay.
ones in Texas. It's so cool to see like asparagus just literally just everywhere now. Like I just
They can spend up to 120 years in the understory, just like something like this. And then finally, once something falls down, they shoot up. And then that lateral growth might be like a battle tactic. I don't know. Slow motion warfare. So, yeah.
that's so crazy.
Ironwood will do that too,
Yeah.
where it'll start sending up vertical shoots.
I didn't know that hickory grew here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you have like oaks, you should have hickory.
Yeah.
Northern Minnesota is projected in the next 150 years to be like oak hickory territory.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like,
Can
at least
you
in
guys-
Northwestern.
Can you guys point out like a large
Yeah.
one?
Well, getting bigger.
Because don't people use hickory also for like smoking foods and stuff like that?
Oh, the wood?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And you can make like a really cool maple syrup substitute with shagbark hickory bark.
Oh, nice. But it doesn't look like we have a whole lot of old hickory here, huh?
Some more of the what are these called?
They're coral mushrooms, right?
Oh no, the beef replacement ones.
Oh,
The resinous polypore.
oh, resinous polypore. Oh, this one is a little old here.
Down here is. Yeah, this one's.
These are
Oh, what's-
probably foliota
Last month I found a bunch of Amanita muscaria, the orange variant though. One was like a bulb like about this big, and then left it for 2 days and it like mushroomed out. It was huge, and it became like was it like almost a bird bath thing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so it kind of folded up.
Yeah.
What are these right here?
Smilax.
That's lilac?
Smilax.
Oh, smilac. Okay.
Yep.
Smilax?
Yep.
Greenbrier. Yeah. Literally green.
Edible? No?
As far as I know.
I found them to taste like gum someone else's chewed.
Oh.
When asked to describe the flavor, that's my.
And the shoot's edible.
The tips.
There's a big red seed in the middle, huh?
The tuber.
Oh, you've eaten the tuber? I mean,
Well,
yeah.
I've made like a tea from it. I'll dig up. I'll get it when it's still white.
Awesome. I didn't know the seeds were red.
Yeah, that's cool.
And make it like au gratin potatoes, thin slice.
Ooh, yeah.
Roast it, like or fry it really, and then chop it up and boil it. And it makes a. I like the flavor. It's very, very, very vaguely youth-rich.
So the hackberry
Oldest known food of.
hackberry tree.
Oldest known.
So so are we too late then for the nuts then, or the berries?
They're up there. We're good.
Yeah.
They have started to fall. You typically harvest them right off the tree
Oh yeah, but
because they're so small. Yeah. In like urban areas or small
Yeah.
ones. We'll find some.
yeah.
Like we're just entering the season now in
There's
Houston.
another mint. Strongly
Yeah.
different than the ones we've seen though.
I am very familiar with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to make a beer out of this one.
Oh yeah. Oh hey.
Oh.
So somewhere.
Shit. Yeah, it's so smooth.
Yeah.
Like
It
so
has
that
that little point
smoothness,
at the
there's no
end.
like ridges
Yeah.
on the outside of the nut. That's how you know it's a big
the-
nut.
So like, is there no husk then?
There is a
There
husk.
is,
It's
it's like-
already off it.
Oh.
Green, and then it falls off in
Okay.
like these segments.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
it splits into 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's check it out.
But a friend of mine, he's found if you.
Oh wow.
It's almost criminal.
Oh look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is this edible like this?
It's very bitter.
It's gonna be very bitter.
Oh.
But yeah, they're pecans are a type of hickory.
Yep.
And these
Yeah,
are
they
just
all
like
carry, yeah.
if you can get them out of there, they look like a small pecan.
Yeah. Oh, that's really neat.
But the shed bark hickory, you can eat just raw right out of the.
Yeah.
So good.
These are good.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. The hickory milk that you can make out of it. So Europeans, when they first found hickory, they were trying to just get the nut meat, and it's incredibly tough to get.
Yeah.
And so but indigenous people make hickory nut milk and nut milks in general, like hackberry, throw that in the pot. Hickory, throw it in the pot. Pecans in, walnuts in,
Yeah.
and you boil it.
Yeah.
And then you get all the fat, you get the protein,
That's awesome.
yeah.
My question with that was like medicinally, they didn't do seeds because for the most part, without a metal pot, you're limited to clay, which is risky. A hole in the ground with a leather piece in it and hot rocks. Down in Texas, the Comanches would use pumpkins and other giant gourds. So what were they making?
I can only speak from like the Ojibwe experience.
Right.
That's part of my heritage. But we drink tea, like cherry sticks and
But
plum
what
sticks.
did they make the tea of?
So birch bark, you can boil water in birch bark.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you make birch bark containers?
Yeah, and you can actually boil water. You take a Dixie
I
cup
remember that.
and pour
Okay.
water in a Dixie cup and put it on a fire grate. It'll boil the water and
Like
the
the old
Dixie cup won't
cooking
burn.
eggs in a brown.
Same with like
paper.
water bottles, like plastic bottles.
Yeah.
It's not the most healthiest thing to do, but in an emergency,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it works.
Because until the water evaporates, the container won't get above 212 degrees. So.
Yeah.
And then to a lesser extent, like elm bark cauldrons,
Okay.
especially
I've
like
seen the hollow
in syrup.
logs too, but
But what is your concern about like pottery though, or like clay?
it breaks. And if it's not fired right, you're cooking
Oh,
food. If you have your meal and you have the fire just a little too hot or something's wrong,
yeah.
it breaks and you lose your meal,
Oh,
which can be a problem if there's not a lot of food available.
okay. See, like I was in a phase where I was trying to like find raw clay here in Minnesota. Why is that thing waving around like crazy?
Yeah, that's
It's a tree.
a good like cutscene. You're like,
Yeah.
that's waving, you're like
But
a little insanity.
Well, yeah, I wanted to get raw clay and then make a pottery out of it and fire it outside.
Yeah.
But I never was able to get it to,
Found much, yeah,
like,
quite around here.
yeah, I can't get it to where it's like when you flick it, it dings like real nice. Like it'll get hard enough for standard use. In that day and age, you know, that time.
Right.
Historically, they would use pots and stuff like that. Sometimes it would be fine, but in like our modern sense, that wouldn't be anything that we would use because it's not like really hard ceramic or anything yet.
What temper are you using?
I would use like or this grit or whatever, I think, that I mixed into it. Yeah.
Okay. Like mussel shells?
No, I used like other fired pieces of pottery. Yeah.
Okay. Mussel shells were something that was really commonly used.
Okay.
I'm not sure what
So
their
you just grind it up
tempers
then?
are. Yeah. And like we still, like if you dig, it's kind of funny. I've only ever like dug, say like, you know, what we think were Dakota people.
Yeah.
You know, you have an area, but people moved a lot. So, but these Dakota pots had mussel shells as their temper. You can still see it, like it's still speckled in there.
Oh, really?
So it wasn't even like, it was a coarse grind.
Yeah.
Yep, that is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to taste like that.
Damn, eggs. So this is actually what all the water tastes like in Iceland.
Really?
Really? The sulfur?
Yeah, it's stronger even. Second you turn on that faucet, your whole like Airbnb full of that rotting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it's okay to drink? Really?
It's like sulfur.
Actually, it helps the liver needs a certain amount of sulfur for its whole detoxification process.
Oh, really?
So yeah, egg yolks are really good for your liver. Well, for detoxifying you, because
Yeah. What was this called again?
Purple prairie clover.
Purple prairie clover.
the honey locust, no. It's just the orange goo inside, in between.
Yeah, this gives me like a chemically taste, like a, you know, if you got hit in the face, you smell blood,
Yeah.
flavor. Like this tastes really good at first, then it's always that metallic taste.
Oh, that. I like it. Wait a minute. I don't see the thorns on this one though. Quite the.
This is our.
We don't have the thorns really a lot.
Yeah.
We have the sea urchiny ones down.
Yeah, I like those because
Yeah.
It's like what, Gladitia,
Trek no.
and then ours is form something else, like
When I was in Texas, I remember seeing them.
Thing, but the
Oh, so that green pulp.
yeah. So you just kind of have to tear it open and kind of suck on it.
Oh.
Ellen Zakos said she tried to cook the beans like beans, and she said she boiled them for 12 hours and they're still not ready. What's she missing?
Boil them, let them soak overnight in the boiled water with a little lye,
Okay.
and try that.
Okay.
Almost
so
like
kind
a-
of nixtamalizing?
Yeah.
Okay. That
So
makes
would
much
these be
sense.
better when they're still somewhat green then?
No.
Or this
Now.
is the
Yeah,
perfect.
I would even maybe another week, but
Oh, really?
yeah, just kind of chew on it and suck on it. To me, it has almost a watermelony like.
Oh, okay, I see now.
I can see that. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That is really good.
If I chew on it too long, it gets astringent.
Yeah.
It's somewhat sweet.
The honey locust. Was she using the thorned or the thornless? I wonder.
That I don't know.
But yeah, they the nicotizing seems to
It
help.
was Lita Meredith. Sorry, it wasn't
Oh,
Ellen
okay.
Zakos. It was Lita Meredith.
So these pods remind me of like tamarind. Now.
Yeah, they're not as good as tamarind.
Yeah, tamarind has more pulp.
You know.
Such a great foraging spot. Like lobster mushrooms are there apparently.
Yeah, they need people to just stand up for it and make it more popular because,
Yeah.
yeah, that land's getting sold by the city.
Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, like, yeah, that place though has tons and tons of those resinous polypores there. I remember going one time with my dog. God, I saw them all over the place, but I didn't really know that they're edible.
Yeah.
You know, and they looked really cool, and they were all like prime too. Like now that I remember about it, it's like, oh man, those would have been like the best to take to eat.
For sure.
if you know anybody else who likes Frederick Miller Spring, rally the troops.
Yeah.
Because it definitely doesn't, it's not inevitable. It doesn't have to go away. We don't have to like, you know, replay the same storyline over and over. Like Minneapolis and St. Paul had so many springs. Mm-hmm. Most of them are diverted now underground into the sewer system. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're still there. They're just right into the sewer. Meanwhile, our water has like prescription drugs, microplastics, you name it.
Is that spring the same one, Richard T. Anderson?
I think it's the Memorial Forest. I think it's right by it.
Oh, okay. You think I would be able to camp in here? So these are false Solomon seal.
Yeah, because the berries are at the end and they're red.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll find
false Solomon seal.
Actually, and then I have video of the true Solomon seal.
Oh wow, they are sweet. Taste like maple syrup.
And then they have a slight bitterness afterwards.
Yeah. And that's
They're
the
not
true
edible.
Solomon. Okay.
Yeah, this is a true Solomon seal.
So true Solomon seal, you can only eat the leaves.
No, they're all parts are toxic. It's the root that's mainly used in medicine, but the shoots, the young
shoots are edible,
shoots.
and the berries are edible.
They are edible?
Yep.
Okay.
Me and Sam, when we were eating them, this was like 3 years ago, and we had both been like walking on the trail, and we both independently found some Solomon seal, and just picked the berries, and we like had looked at each other. We were like, and he was like, do you think these are toxic? And I was like, I was just about to ask you. I don't think they are. And he was like, I don't think they are either.
Okay, I'll give
And
them
so
a try
last
then.
year I ate 2 pounds of berries in one sitting. I like to stress test any wild edible because, you know, I want to get ahead of anybody that I teach eating something. And so yeah, I ate 2 pounds, just fine.
Deer rub.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
2 pounds. That's just eating 2 pounds of anything.
I know. Do that with raspberries. You're gonna get diarrhea or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it went well.
Cool. Okay.
Cool. Really?
He's like, it wouldn't be in this book if I didn't stand by it. Why would I teach you something that I don't stand by?
Yeah.
And I'm that way too. Maybe I'm in the Sam Thayer school of foraging, but yeah, I'm like, I'm only teaching it because I know a lot about it. I've stress tested myself, and so I know.
Yeah.
Like you could have an idiosyncratic reaction where you're allergic to it, but I tell people that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you can't live your life by catering to absolutely every person because everyone's different, right? So.
Yeah. See, like that also goes with a lot of the stuff that I try and do. Like, so I've eaten a soft-shelled turtle recently, and I didn't exactly know how to clean it, didn't exactly know how to eat the shell and all of that. And I told my audience, like, I don't know any of all of this, but I'm going to try it anyways. It's hard to find information on it. And people are always arguing with me. It's like, if you can't find information on it, maybe you shouldn't eat it, right? But the thing is, there's not information on it because it's rare for people to do this, but sometimes it's just in America, people don't do it, but in Asian countries do. But then finding content on that, you know, is difficult. And so in order to learn, you got to do it. So after the first one, right, I did eat the first one, and the shell was really soft. It was gelatinous, but there was this thin layer of like film or something on the outside that wasn't really edible.
Yeah.
And so there needs to be a way to remove it. So the second one, I found out that you can take boiling water, pour it over the shell, and then it'll sort of cook it kind of, you know, and then you can peel it all off. And then also on the legs, you peel everything all off, and then now it's clean. And then you can eat the whole thing with the skin on. Soft-shell turtles with the skin on taste like frog legs. It's a fishy chicken.
Yeah.
But if you take the skin off and eat only the meat, it tastes like a chicken pork tenderloin with no gaminess or fishiness at all. It's the best thing ever. Oh, this is the real stuff. So we can eat these, huh?
Very seedy. Flavor comes towards the end, kind of like a
Tootsie Roll.
yeah.
And you eat 2 pounds of that.
Than the false ones.
So mostly seeds.
Yeah.
Spitting out, you know.
Yeah. So you can probably make like maybe a jam or a jelly or something like out of this, maybe?
Yeah, I haven't, but I wonder. I bet you could.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, like a fruit leather.
It's all up in there.
Oh man! Oh, I didn't even see those on that side.
They might be edible. A lot of the foliota are edible. There's like some cultivated ones now.
What are the common names for this thing?
I don't know if there is one.
I don't know.
Oh wow, that's really cool. It's all like spiny and
Drippy and
yeah. That's cool. Just literally seeing mushrooms just growing inside of a cavity of a tree.
Yeah. And it's a living maple? Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get a gimbal for this camera because like filming with this camera would look so much cooler without the shakiness.
Yeah, they're
got that whole.
The GoPro does a really good job at like stabilizing things.
coloring of this wood here.
Yeah. Oh, almost hit you there. There we go.
This is a Chlorocyboria aurignations. I don't know the common name, I'm sorry, but it's like this teal staining fungi of wood.
I've seen it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can find like a nice piece and actually carve it and it'll be that color.
Oh, cool.
Pretty sweet.
So kind of like a spalted sort of.
Yeah.
I've been out here where I haven't found any of the giant puffballs or a lion's mane now that I think about it.
Okay.
Are there any leaves on it?
It's such a large tree that...
Okay. I'm going to knock it down.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. And I'll catch it. You shake the tree, I'll catch the lion's mane.
That's what
So if there's lion's mane here, then there should be some more, right?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to see it this entire time.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, we might be able to get this.
Video. In my other bag, I have a knife with the hollow handle.
Oh my God, I can't believe we got that.
Oh, yeah.
Woohoo! Fantastic. We've got our lion's mane. It's super old though.
Yeah,
huh?
what a messy old one.
That's very nice. Very, very nice.
Cool. Would have been nice.
Yeah.
Would it not be good though?
Nah,
No, we wouldn't rehydrate it or anything.
I feel like I would get sick.
Yeah.
It's
Once it stopped defending itself,
Yeah.
other stuff probably got into it.
You can kind of smell it.
a
I don't know.
dogwood type thing, or
No, it's a euonymus. It's related to that burning bush.
I wonder- oh, that'd be related
Eastern
to,
wahoo?
Yeah. I've never seen one of these out in the wild.
Whoa. Wow. These things are really unique. So these pods, are they like a fruit?
Technically, but I think they're just a seed dispersal. I don't know if they're
Yeah.
delicious.
Oh, very cool. Oh, they have this, whoa. This is like really red fleshy thing in the middle. For some reason, it smells like it would be really astringent.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it has this like really bloody red thing in the middle. Oh, that's crazy looking. So this is somewhat of a rare find, huh?
Yeah, and increasing by the year.
Wow.
This deserves like the pride of place in an arboretum, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
This is so crazy.
the
I
seeds?
cannot believe I'm seeing this right now.
Such a unique plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the seeds are gorgeous.
The seeds, yeah, they're like just blood red.
Mm-hmm.
Orange even, and yellow.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Such a nice looking color. I wonder if you can use it as a pigment even.
Like, I would walk by this, like, if the fruit weren't on it.
Mhm.
I wouldn't even know it was there. you
I
know?
would have thought it was just some sort of viburnum. At first, I thought it was a plum of some sort.
Oh, yeah. Oh, totally. Plum or cherry or...
Yeah.
Yeah, more so a plum, though.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of like some sort of plum earlier too when I came up to it.
We got a horse trotting. Beautiful day for a trot, don't you think?
Yeah.
I do think so. Hi.
Hi. Horses are such fascinating animals because they're such a large animal that we've domesticated.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I've never really been like close to horses or worked with them or anything, but like seeing them up close like that is really cool.
There's a fun group on Facebook called Mushroom CSI. and you like people post like repost those pictures.
Yeah.
And the fun thing is you try to guess. Like you all like try to. It helps with my ID.
Yeah.
Is it a private group or is it?
It's just small. I think it only has like a few hundred or 1,000 people in it.
I could handle one like that, but.
And then another one that's helped a lot is Poison's help, plant and mushroom identification. And that's like, I want to say there's like over 1 million people in that.
Yeah.
And so it's like people panicking, like my dog ate this, and it's like you're identifying it from vomit, but it's plants and mushrooms, so it's really helps my ID because like you're getting it's eaten, or you know someone who's panicked is taking the picture and they don't know what they're looking at. So.
I hate when I'll get messages through Instagram or Facebook. My kid ate this mushroom. Is it poisonous? And in 5 minutes, really, I need your help. Where are you? I need you. And I'll get like 15. It's like
call the poison control setting.
Yeah.
And I would suggest the Facebook group actually first before poison control.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's all like poison control asks like a lot of these people are the experts that work at their regional poison controls.
Yeah.
And sometimes poison controls can charge you money.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Free.
Yeah.
And these people are like probably better actually than poison control people in terms of ID.
Yeah, because we would be able to share a photo too.
Yeah.
And we can't do that over the phone. Oh wow, so that's some really large artist conch.
No, it was.
Oh whoa! Here.
Oh wow!
Here are the. Oh, this is really good stuff.
Oh, this one's oozing.
Yeah, this is good stuff right here.
Oh, there's some over here too.
Ooh. Oh, you hit a thorn.
Oh wow! No, that gooseberry. So that.
Oh wow!
Oh, look at all those under there.
Oh yeah.
Oh nice. Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh man.
So whoa! See, it just cuts through like butter. Wow. Very nice.
Yeah, if you cut around that core, all of that pretty much is going to be.
Yeah, it's like oozing.
That guttation.
Oh wow.
Wow. So like this is just all tender, and then you just cook it in butter.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Can I get some?
Yeah.
And when you touch it, it'll another ID factor is when you touch that the white part on the underside, it'll turn.
Did you want to take a picture of that one too, or am I just gonna cut it? Yeah, Richard T. Anderson, that park reserve has these growing everywhere.
Oh, absolutely.
Everywhere.
And no one harvests it.
Yeah.
No one knows about that yet.
Yes.
Oh, those right by your
In
leg.
the next 5 years, we're screwed, but no one knows about it yet.
Really?
So if you get a real taste for it, sorry to say, it's be hard to get.
Damn.
I have a friend trying to grow it. I was like, he asked me, he was like, hey, fine day for a ride. What are your horses' names?
Macy and that's Clover.
Oh, hey, Macy and Clover.
Clover.
Very good names. Yeah.
Wow.
Want to spook you, Macy or Clover?
Oh yeah.
Hi.
That's so cool.
The fall colors are really coming in, Clover, right? Are you liking them?
It's actually giving me like 2 minutes to look at them.
Oh, cool.
So this was hickory, right? Or not hickory, but hackberry. That's
We're gonna find some, I think, more towards the car, and we'll eat some.
yeah.
They're so good. So I made hackberry milk. Just crush and then simmer.
So you just crush the shell and
whole-
pulp everything
whole
together and then simmer.
Yep, and then like Black Forager made a video of it recently.
Yeah.
What'd you use to crush it? There's a mushroom in that opening.
I just use my Vitamix with a dry container,
Okay.
but if I had a mortar and pestle, a standing one especially, I would use that.
Yeah. Do you like add sugars or anything
No,
like
not
that
at all.
after?
It
Just
doesn't
leave
need
it.
it at all.
Oh yeah.
It tastes like there's maple syrup in it.
Oh really?
So the first wash, like your first boil, oh, it's more
Yeah.
Oh, cool. They're so much bigger too.
Oh okay. Oh wow. Let's see here. You guys want pictures, or should I just grab it? Or are these edible? Here, I'll grab one mushroom. Ooh, ah, it's all slimy.
Oh yeah, he's being eaten by a chipmunk.
There you go. Oh, interesting. Yeah, there's a bunch more in there.
Oh,
just fall off posting content forever, and it's hard to in winter. There's fucking almost nothing to talk about.
I have so many different interests that it's like almost crippling to figure out what to do.
Okay.
But at the time now, I think I'm just trying to focus on one thing.
Okay.
And then kind of stick with consistency. And so a project that I have is my shed restoration project.
Yeah.
Where my shed has just been completely ruined by my neglect and my poor mental health that I had when my dog was injured. And so, like, I neglected my shed and it went bad. Mice piss and poop everywhere, and squirrels just messing up the place. And so, I've been dedicating at least like 10 minutes at minimum, right? But it's always like once you start, you want to keep going. So like I always have been ending up with like 30 minutes to an hour of working on the shed. And so like I'm just still dedicating only at minimum 10 minutes. If I only do 10 minutes, I don't make myself feel bad, you know, and it's fine. And so I would film a YouTube video every day for it. And when I went to Vid Summit, I couldn't do that. But I was like, you know what? I've been consistently posting content every day at least. And so I did live streams, or I did a video or something to be on track, still posting every day on YouTube. On TikTok, I'm not too like pushy anymore. Like if I make a really dedicated good video on YouTube, like a long form, very topic based video, I'll then like cut it down to like a TikTok preview or something like that. But I'm not too dedicated to TikTok anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, like consistency really is like the key to success.
Totally.
Yeah, because like that's the only reason I'm like I'm successful on TikTok, or was successful, you know, or I got to where I was. But then again, I think another thing is like I just did interesting things, or I just did things that challenged people's perception of certain things. Yeah.
I mean, the haters drove a lot of content.
Oh yes, they do. Yes, they do.
They make comments.
I love my haters.
Oh yeah, I love my haters too. Like people don't realize what gets them to engage a lot, like the lack of self-awareness.
Yeah.
They think they engage with what they like the most.
Yeah.
But actually people are more likely stirred from their slumber by like something that pisses them off.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's like, hey, if you incentivize that, I'll piss you off.
Yeah. Because like a lot of fishermen, right? So like whenever I do my fishing content, a lot of fishermen like hate the way I hook my like worms or small things, you know, or they hate the fact that I'm eating like a bass or something, you know, because
yes, we are. Sorry.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, we're getting
Yeah, so like it's hilarious, like, and I would be like, oh, it's just a fish, it's food. We are. It's so
they
weird.
want catch and release or what?
Yeah, catch and cook.
Every fisherman thinks that they're like the only person who fishes, you know? Like, I'm the fish god,
they
you know?
the right way, and everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get a gimbal for this camera, because like filming with this camera would look so much cooler without the shakiness.
It's got that whole shaky cam.
Yeah.
Realistic-y.
The GoPro does a really good job at like stabilizing things.
This is a Chlorocyboria aurignations. I don't know the common name, I'm sorry, but it's like this teal staining fungi of wood.
I've seen it a lot. Yeah.
And you can find like a nice piece and actually carve it and it'll be that color.
Oh, cool.
Pretty sweet.
So kind of like a spalted sort of.
Yeah. Just like that, just that different.
That's the color.
Fungi, and it doesn't have to be on maple, like.
Wood.
Oh wow! Yes.
Check it.
Holy crap!
Oh man.
This is nice. We got chicken in the woods here, and some more over here. Very nice. Holy crap, these are all good.
Yeah.
All right, time to harvest. Cut this. There you go. Holy crap. That's amazing. Just need to clean up all of this other stuff.
That's a beauty.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Very nice. A few bugs, but that's okay. So I for sure taking this home. What do you guys think of that one over there? Are those good or?
This one, oh wait, is this?
Okay, so this is the kind of woods. There's gotta be hen in the woods out here.
It's here.
Witch's hair?
Yeah, not edible to my knowledge, but.
Oh wow. Witch's hair. And this is a fungus?
Yeah. It's just a bunch of little tubes. And it's like.
That is very interesting. Oh wow, it very is spory.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, could those be jack-o'-lanterns? Oh, I bet those are jack-o'-lanterns.
That'd be cool.
Because they do have...
They're bioluminescent. Oh my god, I can't believe we got that.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. We've got our lion's mane. It's super old though,
Yeah,
huh?
what a messy old one.
That's very nice. There we go. Just too old. Wow, these things are really unique. So these pods, are they like a fruit?
Technically, but I think they're just a seed dispersal. I don't know if they're
Yeah.
delicious.
Oh, they have this, whoa. This is like really red fleshy thing in the middle. For some reason, it smells like it would be really astringent.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it has this like really bloody red thing in the middle. Oh, that's crazy looking. It looks so cool. I'm very curious to know if, like, what we could use this for. So like this. This is good. So I can collect this too, huh?
Yeah.
So if you made it to this part of the video, I appreciate your support in watching the video. I hope you learned something and enjoyed the video. I learned so much being with the two of them, and it's inspired me to do even more research on the plants and trees and animals even that are around me in nature. And so this experience with these expert foragers is so completely different than you would ever even imagine. And I just wanted to show you sort of like a glimpse into what you can experience also if you reach out to expert foragers in your local area. And if you're in Minnesota, hit up Tim Clemens and see if you can get a class with him. It's really, really cool to be able to go out into the woods and find local wild edible plants with someone who you can trust to be able to identify specific plants. And so it was an incredible experience, and I would love to be able to hang out with them again. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Appreciate you. Have a good rest of your day.